Well, good evening to you, my Trans Nation peeps. My TMPs. How you doing? Oh, look, like a little pixie. I've got my ears poked out over because I've been wearing a face mask, so I've had to pull my ears out over my hairline, and they bent out at the top. So I'm like a little pixie, little pot of gold. Uh, Sorry to all the Irish viewers, that was such a lame impersonation. Okay, so, yes, I look like shit. It's been a long day. Okay, so I set off, from my flight from Thailand was at quarter past, oh no, 4 o'clock, well, add 7 hours. This is where it gets confusing, peeps. Add 7 hours, and at 4 o'clock on the 28th, okay, it would have been maybe 10 o'clock on the 27th in the UK. So I set off at 4 o'clock on I've got no makeup on, so please excuse me. I'm so tired. On should have been 12-hour flight, but it was 13 hours. 13 hours on an aircraft. Longest flight I've ever been on. And I thought, that's okay. What I'll do is, I'll have a couple of brandies or something like that with a coffee, my sleeping tablet, and it'll knock me out for about 6 hours. Until they came on and said, we are not serving alcohol on this trip. Oh! So, yeah, so I was pretty much like that throughout the whole trip. Well, maybe not like, maybe look like a bit like a psycho or something. Almost looks like one of those filters you get on Snapchat. You know, the weird one that gives you a big wide mouth. So yeah, so I'm back in the UK now, back in a hotel. Nothing to write home about, but still, yeah. In the UK now, in good spirits. Still in pain, but that's gonna happen for the next 3 months, if not more. The swelling doesn't go down, and everything knits together and everything for about 6 months. But the thing is, it's like, it's hard to believe as it sounds. So you've got like 8,000 nerves running through a penis, if you will. And Dr. Como, he doesn't mess about. He likes to use all of them. But when they knit back together, it's almost like I can feel it. I can feel it knit back together. And because I have hypersensitive components of my vagina, yes, we know which component we're talking about here. And you would think that would be extremely pleasurable, but it's not. It's extremely painful. So, oh God, I look so a mess. I do apologise, babes. But I'm just keeping it real. I'm giving you how it is, how I am at the time that I make the video. There it is. So you're going to get no sugarcoating with me, peeps. But I think, you know, a lot of people respect that. And I certainly respect you enough to give it you as it is, raw format. There we go. So yeah, back in the UK, am I happy to be here? Yes. I'm currently wearing a strappy top. Oh, that's kind of a bit dusty. Strappy top and a... Oh, okay, I've got to try and do this without flashing bits. A tartan skirt, which in Thailand is more than enough. You know, you go out and you're like, whew, it's hot. UK, went out, chucking it down with rain. And I've not seen rain since I left the UK. So when I was out chucking it down with rain, I was like, oh, this isn't fun. Came back in, jobs are gone. So yes, gotta love that UK weather. But I've kind of missed it. I have missed it in a way. But yeah. Do you know? I swear to God, I've said this before, and I've said it again, and I don't know why I do it so many times. But I go, um, um, I'm gonna have an counter. I'm gonna try and do that. I don't think my software will allow me to do that, but I'm gonna try, and we're gonna count how many that I put into a video because why do I do that? I don't. People say that because they can't think of another word to put in its place, but I have plenty of words to put in its place, so I don't know why I do it. Um, I swear to God, this is not even. This is. I, I nearly did it again, but I stopped myself from doing it because I'm so consciously aware of going. I don't know how I do it. Is it a bad thing? Is it annoying? Is it annoying? Please leave a comment. Is it annoying? Is it a bad thing? Why do we do this? Why do I do this? Can anybody answer why I do this? Because even I don't know why I do this. But oh my God, I'm doing it again. Right. So, right. Uh, oh, I nearly. I think it's because I'm trying so hard not to do it that I keep doing it. I'm going to try and replace an with an intake of breath. I think that may. This is going to be hard. Oh my God. Okay, right. The next video is going to be free. I promise you this. I'm going to try and. I nearly did it again, but then changed it to I'm gonna try and do. I don't know why I do it. I don't know. Please help me. Do we need help? Do we need some form of psychiatric help? That may be the case. That may be the case. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, just to let you all know that I'm back in the UK and I'm. Oh my God. This is madness. I'm so consciously aware about going, now that it's frustrating me. I need one of those electrocution thing that programs into the word, so every time I go, I get a shock. What do they call that? Electrotherapy, is it? I don't know. Right, moving on. Because I'm getting so frustrated with this now. I'm trying so not to, trying so hard not to say it, but keep saying it. I am so tired. I'm going to put it down to the tiredness. Because we had about half an hour to an hour-ish travelling to the airport, from the hotel to the airport. Then it should have been a 12-hour flight, but it... Right. Okay, from this moment on, I am going to try and so desperately hard not to say, So, it should have been a 12-hour flight. I'm going to say everything would like... I'm so deliberately word by word. So, I nearly said it, but I didn't. Yes! Overcome. Oh no! Oh, I need help. So, I went to the airport and it was, it should have been a 12-hour flight, but unfortunately it wasn't. It was 13 hours. This is so not. Do you know? I'm so not even making this up. This is like genuinely how I talk. Is it a bad thing? Is it? I don't know. It's annoying me. Is it annoying you? Is it annoying you? Let me know if it's annoying you in the comments below. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Really? Right. So it should have been a 12-hour flight, but it wasn't. It was a 13-hour flight. We must have had a headwind or something. I don't know. Uh, so now, when we got to the airport, you couldn't book your seat number. They wouldn't let you book a seat number. So when I got there, I kind of played on that a little bit, and I was on, you know, I was on the middle row because I think the seats went three, three, and three because it was quite a big plane. So this, so three, three, three. I was on the aisle lane of the outer side of the middle row. And I says to them, I said, well, I couldn't book my seat, and because I've just had surgery, I need the leg room. Is it, can I upgrade to a leg room seat? And they said, oh, sorry, we don't have anything available. I was like, okay. So I went and hobbled my way off, and there was no exaggeration. I was like really hobbling because I was so sore. It was so sore. Immigration was amazing. I'll tell you about that in just a second. You're gonna love this one. So anyway, I'm sat down waiting to board, and she came up to me and she says, I've managed to upgrade you." I was like, "Oh, how much is that?" She says, "No, it's on us. We know you've just had your operation and you couldn't book the seats because we needed to confirm all your documentation before we could check you. I couldn't even check in online. I had to check in at the airport because they needed to verify all the documents, which increased the queues exponentially, peeps. And I've never seen a queue as long. I felt so sorry for the people way down at the other end of the airport, and it's a big plane. It can hold a few hundred people. So I stopped myself from doing the thing. Yes, winning. So I had to let myself down. I had to let myself down at the last hurdle. I swear to God, peeps, this is not fabricated. This is not done for anybody's entertainment. This is just so frustrating for me because I'm trying not to say and I've watched my videos and I do say quite a lot. I feel like I need to keep talking, and the only way that I can replace the silences with an But it's so annoying, right? I find it annoying. You must find it annoying. Leave a comment below. Is it annoying? But anyway, see, at that point, I would have put an in. I would have. But anyway, so no, I did that verse. Oh, so that was that was slipped out. Right, so. God damn it. So I get to my seat. I've got loads of leg room, and who sits next to me? This lovely lady with a baby, a 9-month-old baby. So my initial thought was, well, I ain't sleeping on this flight. And I'll tell you what an absolute amazing cutie pie this 9-month-old was. She's a little girl, 9 months old, and she dealt with a 13-hour flight like a boss. Like a boss. I salute you, little lady. She handled it so well. And her mother as well, which was very good at English. Thai lady, she was good at English. They were going over to the UK to see the child's father in Leicester. Was it Leicester or Lancaster? It might have been Lancaster. And it was so nice to see that, it really was. And she was such a little cutie, and kind of halfway through the flight, she took a like, because I was making a laugh and this, that, and it. Obviously I had a mask on, but I was like giving the eyes and doing the boggly eye kind of thing. And I could put one eye into the middle. I don't know why I can do that. It's very strange, but I can do it. I'll try and do it now, but now the pressure's on, I probably won't be able to do it. Hang on. Is that working? I don't know. I don't know if that's working or not. But anyway, random. So yeah, she was absolutely lovely. So funny. She had such a good character. And I managed to get some sleep on a plane. So that was all good. So, immigration. We're talking about Thailand, which is the, you know, effectively the trans, transgender capital of the world. So, you know, they see now my passport photo looks complete. Do you want to see my passport photo? Okay. Dear, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have a little sip of my drink. Right, let's dig one's passport out. And I will show you. Oh, there it is. So, this is going to make you go, what the hell? This, I'm going to cover up my passport number for obvious reasons. But this is my passport photo. You see that? See the grey beard? The grey beard. That is my passport photo. So as you can see, I don't really look anything like my passport photo. Now, in Thailand, you would expect them to have this quite a lot. So I was speaking to the check-in people, and they went, "Oh, you're gonna have to sign a disclaimer." I was like, "What do you mean a disclaimer?" She says, "Well, just in case you get refused entry into the U." I said, "I won't get refused entry into the UK because I'm a UK citizen." I said that you know, anything can be resolved once I'm in the UK. I said that's not going to be an issue. She says, "Right, well, you're all right to fly with us." I was like, "Right, okay." So I went with this supervisor, and he kind of had the hump. He kind of had the arse on because he had to deal with this case. And I thought, why's he got the hump? And then when I realised how far we had to walk to get this resolved, and I can't walk that fast because I've just had surgery. So I'm in agony about halfway through this walk, a third of the way through this walk. And he looks back and I'm right behind me and he's kind of like, ugh. And I went, "You're going to have to bear with me, sir, because I've just had surgery." He's like, okay. So he waited for me. And anyway, we walked out. So it was, you know, once he understood what was going on, or more how much pain I was in. So we went to and it come up fast track. And I was like, okay, they're fast tracking me. Do they think it's going to take that long that they need to fast track me? So I meet me, you know, the departure time for the plane. I thought, okay, that's common sense. And then we went to the did it again. Then we went to the we went to the, you know, you take your bag off, put your laptop and all your electrical items in the back, and it goes through the scanner. And then I noticed a sign on the side. It said pilots and air crew. Or was it air crew? I'm sure I read something that said pilots, but it may have just said air crew. So we went through that, and I had this lovely lady, and she was kind of like an officer because she had pips. She had pips on her epaulets. So I thought, okay. Then and then this other officer came over, and next minute, a junior officer came over, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going to arrest me or something. And she says, have you got any more identification with you? I said, well, like an ID card. I was like, well, we don't really have ID cards in the UK unless you're a foreigner. I said, I don't really know of any. And I thought, oh bugger, this isn't going well. I said, well, I've got all the documentation from the hospital. I even showed them your YouTube channel of my transition which I'm thankful that I did because I think that was the clincher. And I showed her the YouTube channel. I said, look, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I said, look, that looks like my passport photo. That looks like And then went to day 15 and like, boom, there we go, the transition video. I said, there we go. That is, that's me on the passport up to that point. Then that's me stood in front of you now. And she was like, oh, okay. And then the penny drops. I was like, oh, I've got my man wallet. And in my man wallet, I've got my driver's license, but I've also got my HGV license. So I've got a CPC card. Anybody who drives HGV would know this. I've got my CPC card, which is Certificate of Professional Competency. And I've also got my tachograph card, and they've got my pictures on. So I was like, there we go, look, there's ID, 3 forms of ID. I even logged in to my internet banking off my phone, which requires a thumbprint and a code to get into it. And I was like, look, there's my statement, it's got my name on it. I was like, look, it's me, hi, it's me. And they were like, okay, not a problem. And I stood up, and I'd been sat down for a while, and I stood up, and it hurt so bad that she went, oh, hang on, one moment. And she come round with like this little shopping trolley kind of thing, so I could put all my stuff in it and amble down. And that airport is huge. Like, if you're from England and you think Heathrow, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, and it is huge. This airport is absolutely massive. And you're not just walking, 100 meters. I must have walked about 1,000 meters to get to the gate from the security, which is the fast track oh my goodness, it was a drama. But the funny thing, and now you're thinking, oh God, wow, if you've had that problem leaving a country, what problems are you going to have when you enter the UK? So this is what happened when I entered the UK, TMP. So we left the aircraft. We walked a considerable distance, but they've got the really fast travelators. see, you can stand on them and you're going past people at speed. But if you walk, you're hitting Mach speed is what you're doing until you come to the end and you have to step off. You've got to stop walking at least 2 meters before the end of the conveyor and then step off very gingerly, because when you've had operation downstairs and everything's hypersensitive, the slightest bang or bump, you feel it. You go over a speed bump, oh, you feel it. It's not good. So I'm kind of like walking down this conveyor belt, like getting to speed. I must have been doing about 8 miles an hour. Now in walking terms, that's pretty quick. That is pretty quick. Gets to the end, a couple of meters before, stop, just gingerly step off and then go for about 5 steps and then onto the next one. Off you go. Rinse and repeat, So I gets to the customs people's, border control, do apologise. And I'll tell you a story about customs. My God. I guess to border control, and there was one guy, and he was like obviously a supervisor or something, because he had pips also. He had 1 pip, and it just, which is military terminology for an officer. Obviously, he's not an officer, but that's a good indication that he's high up. Maybe above a supervisor, maybe a manager. But what was it with the I need electrotherapy. I think maybe. I don't know. So we get it gets to it, and I gets him, and I thought, oh, he's not going to let me through because you could tell that he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So, so I gets him, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be shit. So I had up on my phone. I had quick access to my day 2 and day 8 COVID tests, which you need to get you need those booked to get a code to put in to get your passenger location form, which is a government thing. So when you've got your passenger location form, it's got a QR code on it. They look at it. Yeah, they look at it. They don't scan it. They look at it. So I gave him my phone. I went, there's my passenger locator form. He's like, okay, no, have you got your COVID test negative? I was like, yeah, there's from the hospital that I've just left. There's the code. Right, okay, that's fine. No fit to fly certificate or anything. I think that's only leaving the UK. I don't know, but anyway, done it again. God's sake. So. Do you want to see me 2 and 8 day COVID? Oh yeah, we'll have a look at that. I was thinking, well, you never mentioned that. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I could have saved myself 200 quid and not booked it. But anyway, no, I didn't want to break any rules. So, do everything by the book, and then you're not going to get imprisonment or a £10,000 fine. So, for the sake of 200 quid, is what it is. So I showed on that. He says, and he looked at my passport and he went, oh. I was like, yeah, this is where it gets really confusing. I said, I've got all my documentation from the hospital. I said, and he went, no, not a problem. He says, make your way to the end there and give it a go. If it doesn't work there, you'll have to walk around and see. You remember the old school passport control when they and they stamped your passport with a stamp for the country that you're in. Well, in the UK, it doesn't work like that now. It's all electronic. You put your passport on a plate. You hold it on there. You put your feet on the 2 feet symbols on the floor, and you look directly into this camera adjusts to the height of view, and it scans you, and it scans your passport photo and makes sure that you are biologically, with no blood tests involved or DNA tests, the person on that picture, based on your eye size, the offset of your eyes, the height from the end of your nose to your mouth, your cheeks, it takes everything into consideration. I don't think it takes your hair into consideration, but I says, well, I'll give it a go, but I think I'm going to end up walking over there. And he was like, well, give it a go, see what happens. So this guy went, I walked up and he went, can you go in number 5, please? And I was like, me being me, just trying to be funny. I was like, no, I want number 4. And they actually cracked up. And I thought it wasn't that funny. So I went, okay, so I went in number 5, and computer said no, wouldn't recognise me, and this guy just shouted, he went, get out of number 8. I was like, okay, so I went to number 8, put it, boom, gates opened and let me through, and I thought, clearly number 8's the dodgy one, lets any bugger through. I thought, great, I could have been a terrorist or anything. So when I got through, I actually felt so guilty that it had let me through. And I thought, this isn't right. So before I got to baggage reclaim, there was a border control officer walking up. And I said, and I went over and I went, excuse me, sir, if I can just spare a moment of your time. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. But what's are you okay? What's happening? And I said, right, okay, so this is my passport photo. And I dropped my mask on and I went, this is me. He went, right, okay. I said, well, one of your gates, the automated gates, you scan your passport. He said, yeah. I said, that's just let me through. And he went, no, no, no. What you have to understand is it doesn't, like, it won't take a picture of your face and then match it to the picture on your passport. He says, and this is when I found out this information, he says, it measures your eyes, it takes your offset of your eyes, your nose, your forehead, your cheekbones, your mouth. He said it more matches you on a biological scale than a photographic physical scale. I was like, okay, that's good. I felt so bad that I just needed to mention it because I didn't want you to have a dodgy machine and then all of a sudden a terrorist comes in and kills 100 people or something. And he was like, no, 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 not at all. It doesn't work like that. So I was like, right, okay, that's good. See, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'll, do what I can where I can. Um, so I went to reclaim my baggage and I thought, oh, this is going to be awkward, dragging that suitcase off the conveyor belt. No, 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 no. Gets there, all the baggage, all the luggage are off the conveyor belt, lined up in a row, and my case is very, well, you can see it's my case, because I'm going to show you now. Because it's got a big butterfly on it. Yeah. Which I think is quite adept, really, because... Oh, sitting down's a problem. Because obviously I've emerged from my cocoon of a male and emerged into my female butterflyness. Why do I keep doing that? So frustrating. So, yeah, quite adept. But anyway, drifting off. Rambling is what it is. So, back to the story, yeah. So, basically, getting out of Thailand, where transgenderism is very ripe. It's the Camel Cosmetic Surgery Hospital in Thailand does 80% transgender operations. So you would think that they're used to seeing this, but even with all the documentation, they still got me to sign a disclaimer, which I did because I didn't care. It's like whatever. I knew that when I got back to the UK, they wouldn't refuse me entry because I'm a UK citizen. So that could have been, and that would have been proved at any available opportunity. So I'm not too fussed out. And getting into England was a breeze. Now, when you go through the customs, anything to declare, nothing to declare. I have never, not once ever, in my life, been stopped. Never. So I'm waiting for a taxi to go from London to Manchester. So anybody watching this from the UK will realise that that's an expensive taxi. And I'll be honest with you, it was about £262 or something like that. So it's quite expensive. Now, I've never been stopped to go through. Today, yes, you guessed it, peeps, I get stopped. I goes up to this guy, I walked past and he made eye contact and I was like, morning. He's like, morning. And he stepped in front of me and I was like, oh shit. Where have you come from? Thailand. How long have you been there? A month. Oh, do you want to come with me? I've got a taxi waiting. He's waiting to... Okay. So went with him. It's like, have you got your passport? I said, yeah. Me medical visas. No. We just want to... And he looked at the picture and he looked at me and he went, how would you like to be identified as? And I thought, do you know what? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I said, Miss would be amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. And from that on, he kept calling me Mr. And he'd say it and go, I'm so... And I'm like, do you know what? It's absolutely fine because you're looking at my passport photo, and I've noticed you looking at my passport photo a split second before you said Mister. So honestly, it's not a problem. It is a genuine mistake. You're not being transphobic. I said it's just a genuine mistake. And he's like, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And he did it again, and I went, no, it's Miss. And he went, oh my God. He said, I've done it again, haven't I? I said, yes, you have. He's like, I am so, so sorry, Miss James. And I was like, it's not a problem. It's fine. You're looking at a male on a passport, I said that it's not a problem. We kind of had a little bit of joke, and he said, "Can I just? What have you got in your rucksack?" And I showed him. I said, "These are the things that I bought from Thailand. My blogging cameras. I got some Louis Vuitton. I was like, the fake, obviously, but very good quality fake. Like, oh my God." You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I don't think anybody would be able to tell the difference, to be fair. It's on point. Even to the labels that you get inside the bag that nobody can see anyway. Serial numbers, everything. It's just on point. You would never know. Oh my God, that's twice in about 5 seconds. Oh dear. Oh. So moving on very quickly. He So he checked my suitcase. I opened it up. I've done it again. Oh my God. Opened it up. I said, I've got a lot of medication from the hospital. He went, oh, I can imagine. And I showed him everything. He's like, no, I'm absolutely fine. I gets a taxi. And then I gets a phone call from the supplier of said taxi, and she says, "Oh, we allow an hour difference, and then we charge £20 an hour for every hour that he's sat there because of the car parking costs in the airport is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I think it was half an hour, and it was like £11. It's like that's ridiculous." So they rang me up and they said, "Look, we've allowed you an hour, but you were 15 minutes over." I went, "Yeah, that was customs." So if I hadn't have been stopped, it was only a fiver extra anyway, so it wasn't too bad. But very, very, very long journey. So yeah, just to summarise. Thailand couldn't leave Thailand because they didn't think that I had the right documentation, but they realised that I was genuine and they let me leave in the end. England walked through it, absolute breeze, no problem at all. Once I showed them the documentation, they didn't give a shit that I was transgender. They didn't care that I didn't match my passport photo. Thailand did. And you would think that it would be the other way around, that Thailand would go, "Oh, you're transgender. Thank you for putting into our community. Economy, sorry, not community. Thank you for spending tens of thousands in our on our economy. You do us proud. Keep doing it. Living the dream." But no, yeah, it was the other way around. So it's really strange. It was just a strange day. But the flight, yes, was okay. Just when I'm talking about flights, massive fear of flying, like massive. You get a little bit of turbulence, and I'm in tears, and I mean in tears. I've got that much of a fear of flying. I learned how to fly helicopters, which is on my other YouTube channel, but long time ago, 7, 8 years ago, long time ago. You never forget, but it's a great experience. A lot of money. £550 an hour for a lesson. How bad's that, So, anyway, many, many moons ago. But yes, I can fly helicopters. Awesome. So, learned that because I got a fear of flying. Anyway, it was one cabin crew member. I think she must have been a supervisor or something like that, or head crew member, or whatever they defined as. But it was Ryanair. She was called Claire, and I was flying from Lanzarote to Manchester, and I was absolutely shitting my pants to the point I'm in tears. Like, that's the fear of flying that I had. You know, you hit a bit of turbulence, and I'm like, and you see the wings bouncing, and you're like, oh my God, it's going to break. And I was literally crying my eyes out. I was so scared. And she sat with me the majority of a 4-hour flight, comforting me. And when she had to go off and do something, she got somebody else to come and sit with me. And that was with Ryanair. Now that is going above and beyond service. They changed my seats as well, so I was sat right at the front, because you feel the turbulence less at the front. So at the back, you feel it. And I hate being put over a wing, because they always put me over a wing with a window seat, so you can see the wind, you know, the wing flapping. It's almost like, pilot, captain, switch the engines off. The wings are flapping that much. We'll just flap our way back. You know, it's crazy. But she sat there and she reassured me so much that I felt that confident that I actually fell asleep on that flight. And since then, I have not had an issue with flying in fixed wing aircraft, you know, your normal aircraft. And that's all thanks to Claire from Ryanair. So God bless you, Claire. Whatever you did, and I don't know what you did, but it worked. And now I've endured a 6-hour flight, a 7-hour flight, and I've just done a 13-hour flight. And there was a lot of turbulence on that. We just set off, and the pilot decides to fly through a thunderstorm. Like, proper black clouds. Like, cumulus stratus. No, sorry, a towering cumulus is what a thunderclouds is called. And it was, and I thought, well, that's not a good start. We've got a kamikaze pilot on our hands. But actually, it was really good. We did hit a lot of turbulence, but I was kind of like excited about it. I was like, oh, bring on the turbulence. Showing off and all. But yeah, so, and it was all thanks to Claire from Ryanair. Claire from Ryanair. God bless you, Claire. And I hope you watch this video and you know who you are. But yeah, so anyway, that was my shenanigans for the day. Oh my God, I've been talking for 42 minutes, 56 seconds. Wow. I might have to edit that down a little bit. I don't know. But thank you for tuning in, folks. So I'm going to be swift now. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It really does make a difference. And I want to get to 100 subscribers. I've got 73 at the minute, and they are going up slowly, but I'd really like to get to 100 subscribers. If I get to 100 subscribers, I will do a live stream, a Q&A live stream in relation to transgenderism. Absolutely any question you've got, I will answer you God's honest truth. It will be made 18 or over only, because I've got a feeling I'm going to get a few questions that wouldn't be suited for the younger audience. So yeah, I'm going to also promise that I will try not to say and if I say I will donate £1 to each viewer for every time that I say I say £1, and it's not a lot of money, but I say quite a lot. So you could end up just tuning in and walking away with 50 quid. But you've got me word on that. If I say however many people are watching the live stream at the time, I will send you £1. We'll tally it up. You know, just a bit of fun to try and get me to stop saying So yes, that was my shenanigans for the day. So once again, if you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really does make a difference. And I want to get to 100 subscribers. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. If you've not enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs down. Please leave me a comment why, and then we can improve future videos. But for now, my TMP, my Trans Nation peeps, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for joining me along on my journey. It's been so exciting, and there is still a lot of journey to go through at the moment. Done it again. Ooh, it's pain of my miseries. So thank you once again for joining in. It really does mean a lot to me to have you with me on my journey. And you know, it's not over yet. There's still a lot more to do. There's still a lot more procedures to go through. But for now, I bid you adieu, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow for the next installment of Christiana Shenanigans. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know. Anyway, much love to you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one.